I'm married with, alhamdulillah, with 3 kids. My family is Abuluni, alhamdulillah. Now, traveling me, total, about how we were for.
Which page?
Is maybe 18 or 19 years. I'm currently in Saudi Arabia ni mo wà báyìí. Pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run, ibi tó bá tún kàn, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí yóò ṣe àmọ̀nà wá sí ibẹ̀ lọ. So, ibi tí èmi ò ní jù báyìí lọ. Now, bismillah. So, mo ìgbékalẹ̀ kálukú náà mo tiẹ̀ náà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Orúkọ mi ni Abdulrafi Adeniji. I'm married with 2 wives and 7 kids.
So, alhamdulillah.
All boys.
Èmi àti iṣẹ́ àwọn ọkùnrin, àmọ́ agbófinrin láìpẹ́ yìí, agbófinrin náà. Agbófinrin náà. Èmi náà ní tíìmù.
Ìdàgbọ́n bí àwọn bàbá ti yàn dápò yóò ti pé àbí.
Ṣé ìyàwó àbọ̀mọ?
Ọmọ méjèèjì náà.
Ìtọ́lọ̀ bá ti kẹ́lẹ́ lánàá sàn.
Ìtọ́lọ̀ bá tún sì fẹ́ ṣe sí náà. Àjọ àbárkà àwọn ní méjì yẹn náà kò ní ságbára mi. So ìyàwó méjì ní 7 boys. Mo ti travel láti 2013 mo ti lọ sí US. Mo gbé ní Houston ní Texas. Mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú state of Department of Criminal Justice. Mo ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ for the past 7 years. Alhamdulillah mo ti ṣe tí mo ti ní position níbẹ̀. Mo fọ́lọ́ lórí yẹn. Mo wá sí Nàìjíríà almost a month ago. Nítorí àwọn nǹkan kan ṣá, but unfortunately Ọlọ́run padà kádàrá orí bẹ́ẹ̀. So mo rò pé kí n stay in Nàìjíríà kí n ní time pẹ̀lú àwọn family mi tí máa fi padà. So mo lè rí yẹn sá.
Alhamdulillah, takbir. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba bikum. That's the good one. Kama fi welcome ara wa. Bẹ́ẹ̀ wà tá Nàìjíríà náà, àkìrà wa náà káàbọ̀. Kọ́nà ìwà àbí Bùdílé àsìbí. Bismillah sir.
Ìbílẹ̀ rèé mi.
Ìbílẹ̀ lọ.
Afaakallau live.
We are now live on Afaakallau TV. Kálukú wa ká máa comment sọ́ndà kìíní yẹn. Ká máa welcome ara wa. So, kálukú wa ló sọ ìdúgbò láwọn lẹ́dí o. Ó bọ̀ wá kẹ́ ẹ̀ sí.
Orúkọ tèmi
Malete. Náà bismillah.
Àmín Balógun orúkọ mi. Ọlọ́run lè rìn àwọn mẹ́ta.
Alhamdulillah.
Ẹgbẹ́ fún mi hà ní.
Ìyá ìpẹ̀lẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run fún mi ní owó mẹ́ta.
Ìyàwó kan méjì.
Ìyàwó
kan náà nìtọ̀. Inshallah. Àwọn sàlẹ̀.
Alhamdulillah wọ́n ti ṣe pẹ̀lú Nigerian Custom Service.
Alhamdulillah.
Nigeria làwọn dé. Àmì Lagos tẹ̀lé.
Bismillah.
I want to the first one.
Ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ nílẹ̀ àmọ́ sí ń bọ̀. Bismillah lẹ́kàn ya.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Orúkọ mi ni Abdulateef Mudashi Babatunde. Àti Belgium láti wá. I travel since almost going to 11 years now. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe a ní ọmọ mẹ́ta tuntun, obìnrin méjì, ọkùnrin kan. I work as logistic. The name of the company is Containers in Belgium. And I don't try one of two things from the Karakata. All of those are bikers.
Akani ahlan wa sahlan. Wuli pati aba pa ahlan wa sahlan. Ko kamara wa. Dibala, kaluko. Dibala bismillah. Ya. Wuli to say.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Mami salama Dadibola. Mo wá láti United Nations of Malete. Mo ṣe parí
Nation of Malete.
So, mo ṣe parí ní Kwara State University. I studied community health science. I have my own personal business. So, that's all for me.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Ìgbà tí ń rojú.
So, o ti gbọ́ tó parí àná.
Náà yà ṣe
Orúkọ tèmi ni
Muhammad Ibrahim Ojola.
Doctor, what size is it?
Yeah, sure.
Ọkọ tèmi ni Muhammad Ibrahim Ojola.
Speak louder, please.
Ọkọ tèmi ni Muhammad Ibrahim Ojola. Ǹjẹ́ ẹ pa secondary school ní wáyé kìí bọ́ lókè tí ń ṣe tí ń bọ́ sí university.
What's the role of university by town?
Well, I study international relations or master.
What other things do you do? Activities like online,
Mo ṣe comedy díẹ̀ àbí.
so you are a pleasure comedian.
Ah.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi. My name is Adebi Olalekun Abdul Fattah. I finished from Unilag, studied medicine, radiology presently. I work at FMC, I work at Insight, a specialist. Okay, I work at OD Trinity Hospital too, at Kenya. So, and I'm a son of the house.
Specialist of music.
Radiology, in radiology.
Family.
Not married yet, inshallah, so
Aspiring.
aspiring.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Now, so that.
Baba Murphy, aka Baba Murphy, aka Jabu. Ní àwọn àsìkò kan orin ni mo fẹ́ kọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni mo fi jẹ́dà blue ọmọkùnrin kan wà òun jẹ́dà green so mi wá padà kọ mo wá ilé ìwé náà máa jẹ́dà blue so mo wá padà decide pé mi kọ orin mọ́ so mo padà lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ mo fẹ́ yàwó pẹ̀lú ọmọ mẹ́ta.
Ìyàwó kan Mirza.
Mo ń bàbá yìí sọ síwájú lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé tí tọ́ba ti yọ̀ǹda tọ́ba tún ti yọ̀ǹda àwa náà tún máa tẹ̀síwájú sí lórí ìyẹn náà so bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lórí sínú kó lè pè so mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ furniture ilé lèmi wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní Nàìjíríà àdéhùn pẹ́ fọlọ́ lórí ìgbésà sí.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Ìdílé wa.
Orúkọ mi ní Sulaiman Yusuf. Nàìjíríà nígbà inú ìlú náà ń gbé. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ti kẹ́mi pẹ̀lú ìyàwó àtọmọ mẹ́rin.
Ìyàwó mélòó sá?
Ìyàwó kan náà ní ìwà ìṣù. Ṣé ẹ̀ kó òkè lọ́wọ́ mẹ́rin? Àwọn ọmọ kí ó àdẹ̀rí nǹkan bí ó ṣe wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ lábẹ́ àwọn afárá.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba bikum.
Orúkọ mi ni Mohideen Ajibola. Presently, mo gbé ní UK. IT ni I work with NHS hospital. So alhamdulillah, I'm married. Pẹ̀lú ọmọ méjì. And I'm happily married. So alhamdulillah. We travel about 2002 we travel.
2002.
Yeah. So alhamdulillah. So mo nílé náà lè dùn.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba bikum.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Usman Ọlákúnlé Musa. Èkó lèmi náà ń gbé. I'm into logistics like businessman. Single, inshallah. Ọlọ́run á ṣe.
Single lẹ́yìn náà.
Ọlọ́run á ṣe.
Ọlọ́run àṣírí inshallah. Ahlan wa sahlan. Bismillah sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Bismillah.
Okay, so my name is Tunde Arish. I'm an accountant and a banker and a lecturer as well. So I work with City. I do some other lecturing jobs. Most importantly, I'm so passionate about my missionary job in meeting people, touching life, and spreading the gospel of Jesus. Yeah, I'm married with children,
MashaAllah.
biological and some adopted children.
MashaAllah. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ọlọ́run tún ní extra benefits ní àbí? Ó kọ́ àbúrò fún ìgbà ìlà.
Orúkọ mi ní Abdulhakeem Abdulhamid àti
Belgium.
AKA no problem.
Lee Mohammed, happy Lee Mohammed.
Because
so there was a problem, there was Lee Mohammed, it nullified a problem. Right on there, you see, much more from láti Belgium. Ó ti tó bí ọdún méjìlá sí mẹ́tàlá báyìí láti lọ. Ọlọ́run jogún ọmọ kan ṣoṣo fún wa. Láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà, Ọlọ́run ti ṣe àlékún we are into logistics and transporting and especially on business level, and also as a renovation job.
Nigeria, Belgium.
In Belgium.
Alan Wassan, Amari Ababiku.
Welcome in Abdulrazak Muhammad. Waliola. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in the world. Alhamdulillah, I'm in the world. And it's been a journey so far, and everybody that knows me, my profile is وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين. ọkùnrin kan sáré bọ̀ láti ẹ̀yìn ìbò ó sọ pé ẹ̀tẹ̀lé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ọba kọ́lọ́n jáde wọn tẹ̀lé. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Balami. The floor now will be open for chit chat discussions. So, anything
He's the chairman, Let's Get Better, LGB. Yeah, so
chairman, Let's Get Better LGB. One of the more.
So it's good to welcome us on behalf of LGB and as his general.
Why there's so anything that happen for another student briefly?
Okay, so how long have you carried? Well, in the lane of so we need the boy. So I think okay, so and I'm very happy, if I'm not mistaken, whether I'm a Yoruba Bugua.
Yes,
yeah, and because some of us were very fortunate that he gave a lot of balaba. So the way I'm a table, we are so passionate about using the way, and it's an opportunity for our brothers in diaspora to also take one or two away again and feel at home. So our Yoruba èèyàn tó bá máa sèèyàn téèyàn bá kú èèyàn kí n fara pamọ́ fún and owó yẹn is very pregnant, so for the purpose of our other hour maybe I should just break it down a little. So tá bá ti rí èèyàn tí ibi tí wọ́n ti ń wẹ òkú rí a máa rí bí everything ẹ̀ gbogbo gàgá ẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa ṣí and all of that. So ẹni tá bá ti mọ bó close mọ́ wa ni wọ́n sọ yẹn tó close mọ́ wa ló yẹ pé ó súnmọ́ ẹni tó máa rí gbogbo owó wa tá bá kú tó máa wẹ̀ wá. I need to fara pamọ́ fún because eventually marry will go on, because you guys and those of us at home, we are all ambassadors of Almudins. We are also ambassadors of Let's Get Better, right? So it is very important for us to give you an update about our activities, pushing and all of that, so that just to put you at par. Global activities are all and the essence of creating an offspring called Let's Get Better from Almudins is also to be able for us to reach out to wider audience, wherein there are people who probably they don't really believe in going to a salatu and all of that, but they actually want to connect with the Islamic world, right? And so there are some people that probably because of the schedule of their work, they cannot really connect with maybe our weekly Asalatu program or attend our program. So we decided to create this Let's Get Better, wherein we can bring together like-minded professionals and all of that to rub minds together and become better Muslims, discussing contemporary issues, discussing issues that are based on humanity. Because again, like we hear from our sheikh, and like I always say that before religion there was humanity. So humanity comes first before anything, right? So we have to first of all be human, spread humanity. So Tabawu, China for example, they don't really practice religion. They don't do Islam, they don't do and all of that. But they practice a religion called humanity. So the common denominator of all of us as offspring, that whether you are an atheist who do not believe in the existence of God, or you are a Muslim who believe in the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the other prophet, or you are a Christian who believe in the message of Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasallam and you don't even believe in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or you are an Hindu or whatever you are, one common denominator for you and they will believe that we are all human beings. And we also believe the fact that as human beings we have some cardinal responsibility for our. That is why, and I'm happy with why, whether you are from Belgium, whether you are from UK, whether you are from US, whether you are from anywhere, you see that the government of all of those countries, what they practice most is humanitarian people. I have a sister in UK who went to buy things there, whether it's a small psychological problem. Immediately she rang and they gave her accommodation and they've been taking care of her for almost 2 years now and she's stable now. So that's humanity. So they didn't even ask her, what's your religion? And what have you. So that is the essence of we now also saying that even now àtúnwá jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run tún wá ṣàánú wa, àtúnwá ní gbèsè kan sí apart from humanity. So are you a nurse gbogbo wa Ọlọ́run bá ṣe tó bá yẹ Ọlọ́run tún wá ní pé you are lè mú mi ní. So rather I get moving, tọ́lọ́run tún gbé wa above the nurse. We should be able to exemplify what humanity is. So for the Let's Get Better, we try to take people. And interestingly, we've also had through Let's Get Better convert to Islam. You get it? Based on them just coming to attend our Let's Get Better program and seeing what the message is. So, and what we have been doing in Let's Get Better is we've been able to demystify to a large extent the wrong perception about Islam, because some people who have miscommunicated the word of Islam to people, we have been trying to right those wrong, and people are seeing it. And so we know that contribute to our activities, our charity activities, our but like we have all agreed at home, the message passed to me that in Al-Mubin's Let's Get Better, èèyàn là ń wá, because there is a difference between èrò àti èèyàn, right? So èèyàn là ń wá, and that's the message. It's not about whether we are 1 million or 2 million, but the truth is the few of us that have the like minds. What have we been able to do? We've been able to move the world, we've been able to change the world, we've been able to show a difference in terms of our ideology, right? So we are always first in a lot of things. So that was shit on our important to join us and that's the message. And we are saying that now we need to break the ground. We need to break the ground. We need to do things that is almost like out of this world. And again, we've been doing it. So this thing I'm giving you is just like an annual report, and this is like an AGM. The way I see it is like an AGM. So we are saying this is what we have been doing, and we are passing the message to stakeholders. You know, like AGM, our stakeholders will come. We say this is what we have been doing. You encourage us to do more, or whatever you think we need to do. I mean, you have to. So you are our pride. So we need to give you the other. So one major thing, which is the project that you know what is it? The opener. So I'm going to use 1 minute to talk about the opener, and I'm going to use another 1 minute to talk about what we are doing about it and what we want to do. So the opener actually killing and actually message. So we are trying to have like an Islamic center, right? Which will comprise of everything you can think of. Irubika will be there. You have a gymnasium. You have a sports arena. We have hospital medical centers. We have pharmacy. We have suits. like the hotel where people can stay, yeah, which is allowed. But one major thing that that I need to emphasize here, even as we sat there, we were discussing it, is that we are trying to build a conducive environment for our youth, for our children, and I'm happy that we all said we have children, biological children, adopted children. Wherein, because the way we see a lot of things that are distractions to the world today, and we are saying that if the world is distracting everybody, are we all going to be distracted? We should be able to do something, to identify with our own people, right, and distinguish them. So if we have a center, and I'm going to give an example of Irun Kotimonso. When I was serving, I served in a school, Madia College. The school does not have a hostel, but they run a boarding system. So the way it ran was the principal of the school had a private hostel opposite the school, right? So he selects the children to the hostel. He identifies with our parents, to hostel. So 80% of our boys in hostel, the parents are not in Nigeria. So you have situations where parents are struggling in Europe, in the US, and Asia, and all of that. But they want their children to have a blend of home culture and good training and Islamic setting, and they cannot get it where they are. So it's a contradicting thing of seeking for economic survival and moral survival for the children. They are contradicting. So where they have the economic survival, the moral survivors were not there. And where the moral survivors were, the economic survivors were not there. So they brought their children to him. So what they did was hand over the children to him. So it's like an extended father to the children. So we, the coppers, will now be like the guidance for the children. So what he did was, we can have a normal regular teacher, can handle program hostel because of sophistication. Eh? So our coppers, we share the same group. Our lama handle. So the children, after the school hours, activities to have to check. So you bring them out. They are on the big ground in school. So we put them on the field. So it's a coaching program. So you have every couple has 3 children to him or her that we coach and we do a lot of things. And that experiment showed that the best 15 students year in, year out in their WAEC were children of those hostels. You get it? So they gain the morals. A lot of them, time to have even school in school, they are already hafiz of the Quran, but they have Quran. And when it comes to competition, even in the Western world, our contemporaries they compete for you. So what that shows is that, and that is in line with what Malcolm Gladwell calling the outlier, that research shows over 100 years research, the elites, they participate. So it's a partnership in terms of bringing their children up. And that's why when you see the elite, they are involved in the development of their children. And that's why you see there is this transition in their children, where you will now see that the children of the elites, they become elites, right? So the children of the non-elites, so to speak, in parentheses, they may be lucky they may be lucky when they break through. But the elites take that conscious partnership in development of their children, right from birth, even up to marriage. That's why you see an elite, even though she married, is deeply involved up to that time. You get? So, and because we are a responsible Islamic organization, we feel that we should have something like that, where we push our people to succeed, but we also partner in the success of the children. So, Islamic organization, Islamic system, will be open will also help us to achieve something like that. And you see that if you agree with me, that is it's almost a second to none kind of achievement in any Islamic school, whether in Nigeria or somewhere. So look for time plan láti ṣe ìyẹn. And for those of you that have the opportunity of going across the globe, you should be able to partner with us, not only financially, but even in terms of ideas, because you are in an environment where things work perfectly. So we should be able to come together. So we don't want you to leave it to us alone, right, as the drivers of this thing. We want your partnership. So we have a committee that is doing this fundraising, and yours sincerely happens to be chairman of the fundraising committee. That's one part. In terms of what we are now doing, so it's in threefold. We are trying to do like a recognition kind of program. So they have also contributed. They may really not be Muslim in all, but they have actually contributed in terms of sharing the same goal, because in terms of opportunity share to the society, to humanity, to charity, right? So we are trying to recognize these kind of people in bringing them to our food, even recognizing them in terms of accolade, what we call our work here, right? But in a very special way, wherein we are partnering with some of the professional organizations that these people belong to be able to recommend them to us, so that we give them this award and we showcase what we are doing. And they can partner with us. That's one side of it. The detail we will provide later. I mean, I'm just summarizing. That's one. Two, there are big time people in the society who are, by extension, members of Al-Mubins, by extension. And we see that they are really breaking the ground. So those kind of people, we are trying to give them that lifetime recognition. And in doing that also, we raise some funds, right? Then the grand finale will now be the real fundraising, which we are putting towards sometime towards the end of this year, to raise the funds to do this thing. And that's going to cost a whole lot of money. So one of the things we are doing now is branding. We are trying to brand our movie. So we've gotten some consultants who are into branding and profiling and all of that, are helping us to do a lot of things. Part of what they are doing for us is to put together our activities that we shared in the past, put them in a single program, like videos and all of that. We have our website. We are trying to put a whole lot of things on our website and do a lot of this. So you are going to see a whole lot of those activities, and we want to encourage you to visit our website. So we want to encourage you to visit our website, and the website, if you visit the website today, is rich, but we are trying to build it to be richer. And one of the things we are trying to do in terms of this brand, which the people are helping us to do, is to help, boost the image of our website and make us, so when we have the image, they want us to be in the limelight, wherein when anybody anywhere in the world picks the phone and search for good Islamic organization, Al-Mubin should be one of the first two that will pop up. So those are the kind of things, and I mean, a whole lot of things are going on in that regard. Now, that's one side of it, and I would like you to speak to it probably when you are talking. Speak to these things. So I'm just dropping them. Another thing we are trying to do, because we recognize the fact that you people have actually really contributed, and you are contributing to the development of this organization through our Sheikh. So and I'm happy some of us are into real estate. One of the things we realize is the fact that Lagos is becoming explosive in terms of population. There is paucity of infrastructure to cater for the development that is happening in Lagos. In fact, to put it nicely, Lagos is congested and overpopulated. So you have a state with over 20 million. Meanwhile, if you go to Europe, most countries in Europe, they are between 10 and 11 million population in Europe. But here in Lagos, we have a state that has over 10 million. And what you see today is migration of people out of Lagos. The elites are taking the opportunity out of Lagos. They are going to neighboring states. Likely they are going to, and if you have time within this your short stay, I I want you to visit this Ibadan. Maybe 1 or 2 days, just take holidays there, and you will be wowed in terms of what you see in Ibadan today. It's already competing favorably with Lagos, and some of the facilities there are even better than Lagos because they are not highly densely populated. So you have facilities that are well spread. So there is nothing, if you, like where we are today, if you go to Ibadan, you see a whole lot of places like this place that are even better or coming up and lot of that. We have even friends that are migrating out of Lagos, right? And in terms of schools and all of that, you have a lot of good ones there beginning. So we are trying to see a situation, and I'm going to tell you what is driving that. We are trying to see a situation where even our brothers and sisters in diaspora can quickly take advantage of such opportunity. We can even have an estate, right? A collective estate. I have a friend in UK who is also a very good Muslim Wale recently. So what he's doing today, right, is based in UK. He's building hostels. Don't build hostels, see, it's actually university. So he's building a private hostel because there they don't have hostels. So he's building. So a lot of people are investing a lot in their own country. But the fear, which a lot of us are aware, is getting responsible people, because people take opportunity and shaft people. I have a friend who is in UK. I'm a Lauren. In fact, theoretically, he has built 3 houses in Nigeria, but practically he does not have any house in Nigeria. I mean, if you know what that means, you know what I mean. So we are thinking of not only doing, yeah, because Taban kita for humanity, or part of humanity, that kita for our no. If we have private hostel in somewhere like Ibadan, where when I say we, those of us at home and those in the diaspora can partner. You can have your own plot, you understand, and you develop it within that estate. We can call it, give it a nice name. We can call it Mamadiya estate. We can give it any name. And that's what we do today. Let me tell you what happens today. And that's how it started. So if you go to this redemption farm now, they have residential places there. They are into thousands of acres of land. And that was also even the ideology, the picture that even the General Basia had then. And he was selling. I have a couple of friends that bought there. He was selling land, so they sold land to some people. They sold 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom to some people and all of that. So if you enter that redemption camp, it's a community on its own, fully owned by individuals that have their own people. So we are saying that we can have something like that, right? So that's another thing. Really, yes, we have it. All our infrastructure are there. Everybody will own your own place. Because with due respect to South Sultan, only at Dabili, there's nothing bad in you having. And I have quite a number of friends. So you have to tell them about Wali Woman DC Hotel. Some of them renting, but listen, some of them have their own building. So they are so happy to come home with their family. They can stay there. In fact, one of my friends that is in New York Lower, they also have this in New York. But today, we also have a house here. Anytime anybody needs summer holiday, his children, the 4 of them, they spend their summer here. They do summer school here. So their mom, their grandma, who stays with them in the US, comes home with them during the holiday, and that's what they do. And he's been doing this for more than 11 years, and the children are happy. So now he has a blend of the children having that American stuff and Nigerian stuff. So we are saying that these are the things, so that you know that we also even have your interests at heart. So these are the kind of things that we are also planning even for you people. And I also like you to speak to all of this as you respond. So many other things that, and we feel that we will get together, will be an opportunity for us to showcase or to let you know what is happening here, and so that we can partner and make Al-Mubins better, taking it to the next level. I mean, we are all young guys, youth and all of that. We may be the ones taking over Al-Mubins in the nearest future. But we have to start to build the ground for it, and take it to wherever we want to take it to. So we would like to take advantage of your experience you like to take advantage of your knowledge, your expertise. Only traveling is part of education. In fact, traveling takes like 70% of education, right? People have traveled outside, you've seen what is happening. So we would like to partner with you, and it will be good to take this avenue to have at least 2 from our brothers in diaspora to be part of the fundraising committee. You get it? So that you can be abreast of what the developments are, and you can. So one of the greatest things I would like to take out of this meeting is having 2 people to join the fundraising committee so that we can move on. So many things to discuss, so many things, but it's not just Gbami Ayemawa, so really see how you like to say it, but there are a lot of things. But I think with this just 2 points, I've been able to whet your appetite.
This is what I told you.
Discuss.
Plastic to cover it.
Yeah, to discuss.
Because of the
So
cover,
I
they
leave
make
the
some
floor
meat inside
open
also.
to all of us, except our sheikh wants to
I know, don't want to eat it now.
Next 5 minutes maybe.
It will be cold though. Should have served it.
Okay. So I mean the floor is open. I know you mad to go
outside.
very open.
Everybody saw no that. And so I want to allow broken because someone at home.
So I'm alternative. So the floor is open. Sorry, where's my Chapman? Anybody doing? We are not doing it in order. Yeah.
Can you go? We did.
Alhamdulillah. First and foremost, appreciate the that audience to address us or to talk. Before Kinto Bear, I'm so happy and humbled to be here, and I'm a firm believer of our culture. So I will take to the toll of the chairman. I miss English and Yoruba. Perhaps.
This is when English.
Huh?
When English, we did what?
I will speak it in English. Because the most important thing now is to be able to understand and pass message. So maybe okay. So I do follow LGB. Most of the program. I think the last program actually I want to invite you, which that was where I was marrying from time. So which I watched the program from beginning to the end. Which alhamdulillah. So and there is no program even that with this I do join. And I'm so happy that I'm here physically, live and direct, and as the you said, seeing is believing. Then I can hear from you. I'm convinced and I'm happy, and I'll be happy to be part of the fundraising committee if a chance is given to me. Alhamdulillah, I know the lovers of Afaakallau also have our own forum that we do online. And you made mention of some things which I'm really happy, because I believe so much in technology, and my profession, I'm an IT person. So in terms of building a website, because that will sell us more and reach out to the larger community in terms of what we do, because it's not by saying it, some people don't even have the time. What we are listening to now, the video, it may take like an hour or 2. Some will not have that time to listen to it, but our website will speak volume. And I don't have much to say because you've really covered most of it. You said most of the things that is required and is needed in that website. You mentioned it, and you even changed my conception about Ibadan, because what I understood about Ibadan is that Ibadan is a ghetto place. I'm sorry, I'm sorry I had to offend anybody I'm not from Ibadan. I'm sorry. I need anyone that will be listening to this. But you managed to...
He will respond. He will respond.
And at least, that's one of the things that I said, take home. Like, you've convinced me about them. It's something that I have to rethink about. Even somebody have told me about buying a property there. landed property. I mean, I just use it of very bad. So, but alhamdulillah, it's also a good thing. What you mentioned, one of the challenges where our lab brought most especially where over your man both Western education and Islamic education, and also cultural education. Because some places in abroad can actually have that Western education and Islamic education, but the cultural and the moral aspect of it, the gap is far, but it's a parallel line that you can't meet. So if let's get together, while we can come up with this idea, it will benefit us, most especially those in abroad, in the longer time, not even now. It's beneficial and it's a welcome development. And I will volunteer to be part of that program. Mutibog I saw several times in terms of, because I've been able to work with most of our parents as we speak, they regret not bringing their children back home. But the challenge is standing on is security. People are afraid, people are scared, and that's the real thing. Bringing children home only cause problems or challenge. So that's what I have to say for now. Then once again, alhamdulillah, I'm happy and grateful to be given this opportunity to talk to us.
Thank you. Someone from whom? Okay. Maruf, you're not in jail.
But just give us a sort of, we have one of our sisters here also who just joined us. So just a brief introduction. Will you introduce yourself?
No, should we introduce ourselves?
Okay. So just talk about yourself and work or study and family life and stuff.
Okay. My name is Badra. Can everybody hear me? I'm happy to be here. I'm a real estate consultant. I live in Abuja, but I'm here for the Salah holiday. My family is here. My parents live here. My family also. So that's about it.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
What am I expected to say? Okay. Okay. Majorly, as we all know, Al-Mubin is strictly. Our major aim is humanitarian, actually, and as we all learn and know that we are all human before any other thing, and with that should really go a long way in our mind to know what we are and who we are as a person. So there are a lot of projects. I'm sure the chairman is someone I so much love. He knows I love him anyway. Okay, he might not know I love him, but I truly love him. Sister Tunde already. He has talked about Let's Get Better very well, and we all know what Let's Get Better is. It's all about humanitarian, actually, and the present project we are on now, which we started some months back, the gift walk. So let's just understand that we are all human and we can do better. We can do better than what we are doing, and just let the human part of it resonate in everything we do. Human first.
Thank you. Dr. Fatai.
Okay.
Continue from let's get better. You initially the project let's get better. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn surprise bí i kí ni àwọn artists àwọn different kind of kí ló wá ń ṣe lórí Islamic program. So but alhamdulillah so far ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó ti wá àwọn nǹkan tá a ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn tá à ń follow let's get better. So àwọn nǹkan tá a ti gbọ́ lẹ́nu in fact ó really help a lot. And then pẹ̀lú nǹkan sorry to back it up last time tí mo wá sí Nigeria I visited it. Even I'm still going there tomorrow also. So there is a lot of development Níbàdàn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Even àwọn nǹkan tó ń wà ń bẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí ò tí ì sí níbẹ̀ yẹn náà. So àfòkù àti pọ́ọ̀sì òun náà ni pọ́ọ̀sì rẹ̀ ní ìṣẹ́.
No, they are, okay, maybe not sleep, but one airport is one.
Yeah. So it's a very it's a very good something. And moreover, we get to bóyá àtọ̀dọ̀ irú idea yẹn tí wá láti Islamic organization, I think it should be something tó máa fọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ bóyá foreigner with self-confidence pé okay, if I want to invest in this kind of thing, káwọn bá lè lọ through this side because as at now ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ foreigner kò sẹ́ni tó tiẹ̀ ẹni tí ò bá bóyá náà àti àjókòó bí ẹni tí ò bá ti fall victims yẹn bóyá ló tó méjì ibi tí mo jókòó yìí gan same thing. So and through ẹni tó wà trustworthy ni wọ́n fi ń ra gbogbo àwọn kíní yẹn but still at the end of the day one story or the other ó máa jáde lórí ẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe èèyàn lè torí pé bóyá nítorí pé o fẹ́ fight fún nǹkan kan you just go and waste your life for nothing. But at least nǹkan tó wọ́n wá láti bóyá bí Islamic organization bóyá èyí tó wá láti èyí tó yẹ pé court lórí issue kílókè tó máa ń court máa ṣe máa yí ìlú so wúrọ̀ àwọn kan máa yà ó máa jẹ́ èyí tó fihàn lọ́kọ̀ balẹ̀. So alhamdulillah torí nǹkan báyìí tiẹ̀ tó wá láti let's get better tí ò ń ṣe kú bóyá kájókòó ṣàṣàlá tù nìkan ni so the humanitarian part of it ìfà alhamdulillah pé Ọlọ́run ti ní kí bàbá wa gbé nǹkan tó jọba yìí lẹ̀ tí ò ń ṣe pé bóyá kéwú nìkan tó kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀ Ọlọ́run wọlé ànẹ́bí tó fún àwọn afárá lẹ́nu gbogbo àtàlàfíà.
Alhamdulillah kíkan sáré sọ kan díẹ̀ kan lórí ìlú rẹ̀ pé ìgbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sá ẹ sọ nípa àwọn kan tẹ̀ ṣe in the past pẹ̀lú skul kan tí ẹnìkan during your NYSC whatever tẹ wà lára àwọn tí wọ́n coordinate program yẹn then take àwọn ọmọ special take wọn yẹn is it different project tó yàtọ̀ sí ọ̀rọ̀ ní irú estate tẹ sọ pé irú redeem wọ́n ṣe ní estate wọn yẹn project yẹn ṣé ó máa wà inú estate yẹn náà ni àbí different from ibi tí estate yẹn wà ló máa jẹ́ then bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ìbàdàn yẹn is it going to be in Ìbàdàn or you just mention Ìbàdàn like that Ìbàdàn yẹn náà ló máa bẹ́ẹ̀ nípa. I'm so sorry to.
No. I think this is what I was expecting. Also expecting like a question and answer kind of thing to seek clarification. So coming at the Sunday meeting. First of all, the mission, the opening at the project, project títí and the business get better. That's why I penny a one-stop shoe center. So I need everything. So I'm hand over from Motombo and Tom Wama even at Tawano. So one of the things Tamashi maybe we are putting a 3D together. Tamashi website while we video in Embe. The bad background with Tabanchi Ramadan lecture, Mari Woman show me and on the aircon, which is for the organization where we are the drivers. The second one, Timon Soen, is a personal project for individuals that are interested to key in. What we are thinking is that.
Sorry, personal one in terms of
if you are ownership. Yes.
Or the real estate.
Yes. So what we are saying is this, because I want and we have the opportunity of seeing the direction of seeing company Lonely, and we are seeing that. Let me give you an example, and this is also available. So that we are practical. There is a place in Afaakallau estate, Nibado. The place was like a remote place, tele. Until you sure no yen. I'm paying Afaakallau road here, challenge. You sure? Can you sure no from by the prices of properties? Let me give you an example so that you have an idea of what we are talking about. The Afaakallau estate, I have friends there. One baby called me a level. Afaakallau estate, and man lost there. There's a school there. When my friend bought that land, so my friend was based in Abuja. My wife works with CBN, so when he bought the land for 1 million, roughly 1,950,000. The other to catch 1 million. So to go call it on baby and all of that. So another friend of us, so estate in there. So we see there our friend while and see is a new opening within that place. Could have been late in Benin, and we bought that land for we will go Paris is 9 million naira within a space of how many years? You get it, and that's the way things are going. And our idea is actually we have the interest of our people in diaspora local. Now with this rail, there is almost no distance between Ibadan and Lagos again. With this rail, there is almost no distance. And people are first I want to take advantage, even Kireli to Parirara, now to Pari and all of that. And they are also doing the road. The road is almost near completion. So the Pari is going to be very explosive. And we are saying that why not we too? When I say we, I mean even those of us at home and even our brothers in diaspora. Why not we also take the advantage now? Because, like I said, everything about in if we say we are caring for humanity, charity, and we are doing a whole lot of all of this, how do we care for our own members as well? That's what brought about that idea. So we are reaching out to everybody. People outside are happy. We go to Mushin Grammar School, they are happy, they are praying for us and all of that. They are praying for us and all of that. So the people who are really shaking, you and I, the diaspora, what welfare do we have? What welfare package do we have for them? That's what is actually really driving this thing. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, sorry, my proverb is, in fact, my proverb is sounder than my Yoruba. One pay Yoruba pay you ban it to only on to Mamba. So the way they say you ban it to only in Tumbaniba, you ban it to you know Ibi and your bini the same Ibi as your Nibi, you know what I mean? You know, enter your tongue. So Ibi so you ban it to so my banyo, Uncoba banyo TB at only on to Mamba, not everybody. So if I'm in serious problem now, only on to my told Mulechi so you are our IP and you are our Iran. You understand? So we all need to collectively benefit together. So I think that answers the question. So there are two things. Yeah.
Roughly, how much is the cost?
It depends. I think I will allow Sheikh to speak to that even when we start. So it's an ideology, it's an idea that we are trying to bat and try that kí ni pé okay pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ wo ká máa sọ pé àdèmọ̀ gbà tí kìíní ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o people will now ask you then kí lẹ ṣe and so that's it but he will speak to it when he's talking.
Let's get better. And even to go along, sometimes when you go out and watch me, I always like try to come as much as that. At least you can do something else, not thinking this. And people what they saw him, because maybe the body was wrong, because I have some friends studying at they can is ready to do it. And if maybe to come and know signal, at least if I come back up so that so that's it. India money and has made the something you know to try to automatic converse away because she really put them okay as you really lot of people they are ready to do it. But sometimes maybe my condition so that then opportunity you try. Only to get your mom.
Yeah, we'll go the other one.
Yeah, summary. So that at least even teaching about maybe someone like that. I will try to talk to this guy like that. Come by the
Ben, okay. Let me just speak to that very quickly. First of all, there is something to Bagulati add in that when she addressed me. So when somebody, okay, we are briefing you, we want your partnership in this fundraising, we want to get 2 people from it. One other thing that we also needed to add was for you, even for you in diaspora, we want you to help us to expand this as we do Let's Get Better. Expand it. Help us reach out to your friends. Your friend, my friend's friend is my friend, right? Help us reach out to, because one drive that for our membership drive is what we tell our people. As you are coming to Let's Get Better, can you bring one more person along? So if we have 100 today, for example, if every person subscribe, maybe I'm going to ensure I bring one person, just say one person. That means next week will be 200, next month will be 200. Or let's say, just to make it the EVA, let's just put some probability to it. If we get 50% of it, that's 150, right? So also in the diaspora, we also want you to take that responsibility of reaching out to your friends, such that there is nothing bad in Bashijoko Lonipe and buying sorrow. For even Sheikh to see Mori and you say this is your friend from diaspora, I don't know, man, participate in LGB. So we are trying to have something similar. Let me give you 2 examples. I will give one example from Tabawo Shehu Hassan Zize. He has had his movement in US. Excuse me. When he was alive. So this Shehu Hassan Zize addressing 500 people who are his murid, right? Anytime he's coming, maybe in 3-4 months, he's addressing 1,500 people. That's a flood. Because the message was so. We want that kind of thing, wherein we even have a lot of people that probably are here. Is your work. So we also want you to do that. That's just the one I forgot to mention. Whether Let's Get Better or Amazing and all of that. Even friends, lovers of Afaakallau group, let's have, a compendium of people. That's 1. 2, this, which I need to also make very clear here. This idea of us now trying to take advantage to have like our own personal estate individual. So what the idea, and I'm going to give you an idea of my friends. I have some friends. They call it the 50 club guys. I'm not part of them. 50 club guys. So I have some friends who are part of the 50 club. So cutting one sheep, they bought the 50 of them. They bought 50 plot of land. You get it? So one plot for each person. And when the fence is there, you can go there and build it here, estate here. If you go there, you see it. Once in my price, I think it's new estate in one. They have 50 club is the most prominent because they do their things collectively. So there's no outsider within that 50 people. It's just the 50 only. You know those kind of ideas. If we have something that individual alone needs it here, but within a refined place, a well-defined place. But the immediate beneficiary, the immediate audience now is us. You get it? Before we even extend to outsiders, whether people outside, let we that are even, it takes a few to start an ideology. So it is even when we start it, we start seeing it practical, people are building, and you are free to build at your own pace. Maybe Mr. A will wait for Mr. B. So, if by any people will even be the one that will be asking you, how can I benefit from this? Can I join this thing? But because normally, when you go to meet people, maybe out of experience or because they are not ready, it's not my priority now, that kind of thing. But when they see reality on ground, we can put something together like a summary so that we have an idea of what we are even talking about. We can then create like a question and answer session where we can talk about it, but from the conception stage to the development stage, the reality stage, we can start it so that it's not only every time, no, as a last we have to add the practice to it. You understand? Yeah.
Well, if I may ask this question, get together and let's get together. Let's get together. Is there any form of how the organization generates money? Is there something like tuition fee? Tuition fee. I'm saying a membership fee, monthly membership fee.
Fantastic question, my brother. The consultant the same question tí wọ́n béèrè ní your Sunday sir.
A ní àwọn kan wọ́n wá bá professionals wọn wọ́n wá dìbò nǹkan tá list ṣe so far wọ́n ní how do you generate money.
That's the question they ask.
Wọ́n sọ pé ẹ ti ṣàdúró ilé ìbúlẹ̀ tí ń rówó gangan.
The question tí woman béèrè nìyẹn I think she's the managing partner of that consulting firm and she's not a Muslim. But ó wá lọ sí website ó wá rí and who dey know the next day ìbúlẹ̀ tí ń rówó. Even tíjọba gan bá ṣe some of these things ó máa mọ̀ lára. And we told her it's from our individual contribution largely. We've not been taking any subscription, any telecom. But what we do is fund as you go. When we have this GoFundMe kind of thing, after the project guy, after the individuals, I'm a mole. He brings money, I bring money, everybody brings money. We do the project, we move on. So we've not really have that, which is the kind of structure. Now something, the way Islam is, we're not collecting tithes, we're not collecting the great and all of that. But we believe that peace is in life. People all open shop and see. So, Mbajoko, Yonika Faya Latif, Yanko 30, excuse me, Yanko 100, Yanko 3,000, Yanko 4,000. Everybody might reward you Latif. But all open shop and see. He will reward you according to the effort. And so that's the kind of thing. So we've not really got into that stage. But I'm funded.
And feeding club. Feeding club.
But
to have a parapata my job. So I want individual cannot contribute my 5,000 issue, 10,000 issue, then I know my phone rice. Because I declare a colloquy in pound every month. I think one of the first Sunday of the month, I'm my job.
Next month.
Every first August 1st.
But let me quickly speak to that. So, but let's get better. I can serve on your cocoa. So after some time, we thought of it. Tí wọ́n bá wá láti 9 tó máa lọ 1 o'clock kò jẹun. Kẹ̀rù bí a tó bá ti di 12, diminishing returns ti máa dé náà. Àwọn gọ́dọ̀ máa kanra pé ẹ parí kíní ká máa lọ. So we introduced snacks. And I introduced snacks, egg roll and drink. There's a lady since we started LGB. She has been the only person providing the water to everybody since inception. And it's branded. Branded. Branded, let's get better. From since inception. And she has not failed for 1 month. So we're doing the snacks. So after some time, we now realize that I'm okay K1B. And what's the essence of the snack? Why not you do a real food? So initially, we were doing the food, people were contributing. So we took it to the next level. So we had a feeding club where people voluntarily join the club. So people contribute as much as 1,000, as less as 30,000, 20,000. Some people will say, okay, monthly, I want to feed out Baba and they want to join, they want to feed. So there's a voluntary kind of, and that's the way we've been doing, and it's been very awesome. In fact, there was a time, January last year, so his birthday was December, so we now decided to honor him in January for our Let's Get Better January. So I felt a big feeding. Now I said, okay, I'm going to delay feeding here because what we do is, buying your shindy, somebody register, they go with their food, they go in with their food. And we want people to settle and do like a proper birthday. They will now serve food. For the 1 hour that they share here, there was anxiety and aspiration. People were sending emails and trying to that even power and all of that. That's to tell you how much people are now used to the feeding. So it's a piece of it like kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir. Pé òkè kìíní ẹ̀kúnwé kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé tìbí ti ran ọkùnrin bó ṣe jẹ́ tìbí ti ran ẹ̀ ṣé n táwọn wò ni pé òkè o tí project yìí tó bá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní táwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nǹkan báyìí afẹ́fẹ́ mú wá àbí n tó bá ń wù lè fẹ́ mú wá mo bí a ti jẹ́ ká understand yẹn sá.
Okay. So we'll have a proper. It's a proper arrangement, wherein we get the land, we speak to Dawati Yemak, Gitafe, that's a little bit there for us. We speak with Antoine in charge there. Because if we are buying in bulk, it's going to be cheaper than buying individual. We have that bulk negotiation. Then we put it on the platform. You see, the price is plot for 100. So if you are interested, you buy it. If it's 1 plot, if it's 2 plots you want, if it's half plot you want, you buy your own. Yours will be measured and cut out for you. So it's yours, right? So if we have our perimeter fence, so in the master plan, you see your own plot here, the lower one. Then the way you now develop it is at your own pace. Yes, it's at your own pace. So yeah, but collectively, we know that this estate, we name it clinic but individual alone need, and you have your title documents to it.
And my question is, now we have Almondis, we have Let's Get Better, and also we have Global Afaakallau. So now in terms of communication, now with the LGB, we are talking about something that will benefit us individually. So now we are here now, sitting down. We have the opportunity to see ourselves. So how do we bridge the gap of communication after today's meeting? How are we going to, like what you've mentioned now? I think there's also communication gap between those in diaspora and also those, because the LGB, I think I love the hygiene. So I think people in Almondis and also the lovers of Afaakallau, LGB, we should not see it as a separate group.
project.
It's a project that should sort of bring us together. And we see that is at the center that we can tap in. That's what I can see from what you've been saying so far. So in terms of communication, which is key, how do we continue that? How do you harmonize data of those in our base and those in abroad? How do we communicate?
Okay, thanks. So, just to first of all clear area, we have just one body, which is the parent body, which is albumin. Every other thing takes its origin from albumin, right? So, it's not separate. The lovers of Afaakallau, they are also a subset of albumin. You get it? So they are branches. With almubins being the parent body, each of these subsets, they have their own target objective. Each of these subsets, they have their target objective. So while we, if we go to the corporate world, you can have a parent company. You have different subsidiaries. So you have GT Bank, you have GT Holding, you have GT Insurance, you have GT Estate, you have GT Clinical. They are subsets. But you still have the chairman of GT, who is the chairman of all those people. And all the MDs of those subsidiaries of GT, they still report to that. So that's the kind of idea. So if you look at what we said, let's get better. So it's a subset of almubins where we say, okay, even if almubins itself and the fatty asalatu is facing the spiritual sector of almubins, spiritual wajib asalatu wajikinton, let's have also a subset where even those who love to be part of us but do not have the time for the party, I can still have the benefit of being on that floor. And like the name implies, let's get better to be better Muslims. Because when you see the situation in the country, and I think it's also applicable outside, small things don't distract and grow no Islam. Small things don't go grow no Islam. How can we also bring those things in place? Because, for example, somebody goes to a seminar, for example, somebody comes here and blow grammar, blah 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 blah. Then after the whole seminar, you see a Muslim brother, a Muslim go, I like your clinical. You say, okay, come to our church. We have this seminar where we do empowerment, and before you know it, you lose origin. So all of it. But we are saying that everything that is, in fact, the cradle of civilization starts from Islam. Arithmetics, algorithm, all of these things, they start from Islam. And we are saying that let's bring out those things and let us do it to better the lot of our people. So we're talking about LGBT. So I think that's clear. Now, and for people in diaspora, they feel that there are people who are personally lovers of our sheikh, but they are not also members of our group. They can be, if you go to Facebook today, he has more than 5,000 followers and all of that. Not all of them are Admobin's member, but they love it, so they are his lovers, right? So they may want to be lovers of, so those are the kind of objectives. So in terms of communication, and I'm happy you said it, there's a gap in communication, which is what we are trying to do. One of the things we have said and we are doing, which we are going to see, is that we have said that all our Let's Get Better program from the next one, Damashini August, will be streamed live. So as you are watching it, so we have people that have even donated infrastructures to make those things work, right? So as we are doing our LGB next month, the same way we did our Ramadan lecture, Instagram and all of that, you will see our LGB live, and I think that speaks for us. So in terms of the communication, so what I'm mentioning, if I have any project, any specific project, I man create a WhatsApp group. To get our members of that project will be there. Like, let me give you an example. Batanshi Laila Anta, I create a group. People were donating their Laila Anta. That's one. Batanshi, this Let's Get Better, any group. But think that it will be on Akas infiltrate, like collapse the group in it. Yeah. even though the decision we took then may not even be optimal decision, which affected a lot of things, because bringing it up, a lot of things will fall into the crack. So, even if we now do this estate kind of thing, we will have a group for that communication where we have admin that will be feeding us on development. You understand? So it's at your own pace, you and your family, how you want to develop. So, but we'll have someone that will be giving us updates if your CFO is ready or your own listing. So this is the stage we are. You process it or you get it. It's your document and a lot of that. If you look at it deeply, aside from the fact that it's helping us to own a property, if you look at what that is doing, it's also creating a synergy for us for the future, wherein you have an estate, right? In the future, you have an estate. So it's an opportunity for synergy, for your children to know his children, for my children to know your children. You understand? So that one day, one very big annual event. You can do it in the estate and we will get that crowd there. We can have like a common town hall, where we can do a whole lot of things. So if you are coming in, like you came in now for Salah, or somebody is coming for summer, and it's safe and all of that. And it's going to be very economical because you don't have to be getting hotel and getting all of that. So those are the ideas. So at this stage, that why it's still at the conceptual stage, which is why we need the input of everybody. And like I said at the beginning, the idea of everybody matters here. Even while we do things, you can. And if you look at one thing I've seen in Let's Get Better is that every good professional or every good profession that need in the country, we have them in LGB. Every good one. Now, if you talk about IT, we have them here at home. Is into IT. If you talk about real estate, anyone represent. If you talk about town planner, we have a registered town planner who is even a fellow of the institute in our midst. If you talk about surveyor, we have even a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Surveyor in our midst. If you talk about lawyer, we have very good lawyers in our midst. We even have lawyers that are specialized in real estate in our midst. You understand? If you talk about anything you talk about, they are there. So why are we not taking advantage of those people and annexing? If you talk about medical doctor, we have them, right? If you just talk about anything, anyone in abundance. So we now feel that it is good time we annex. Let me give you an example of what happens in-house, in-country. The general overseer of Redeem said that it's good is to have a redeemer in every family and have a redeemer in every top places, in Nigeria. And it happens. Every organization, if we have anybody, every organization, if you look at the hierarchy of your management, you must see from within. And to even shock you so that you know that number kò sí nǹkan méjì ní strength nílé ayé, liquidity, which is cash, and number. If you have those two, and in terms of numbers, when I say number, I mean population now. In terms of number, you can't have number as an individual. You can only have a number as an organization. When wars came to worse, when wars came to worse in the country, when the leadership of the country was going down the drain, and people were strategizing on how to win the election, the current president, which is contest and go win. So when they got to the drawing board and they were looking at how to win, then it didn't came into the conversation because they believed on only highest crowd, and that's how the current vice president came to be the vice president. He was not even in the know of things, but they discovered that the church has the largest number of crowd, and the man that they were coming to serve was already tagged and regarded as an Islamic fanatic. So to dilute that, they needed a very strong Christian organization to only hold. You understand? And that's how the name of the man came. He was already a pastor in Ghana. And before you know it, 1 + 1 became 2, and the remaining is history. And we are saying that let us harness our professionals together. Let us have a common place to bring us together. You understand? And take the advantage, because again, I'm against we outlive all of us. because we have to set the tempo for those coming behind. Yeah, those are just the ideas. Not for economic reasons, but for the future.
So for the benefit of our town, whether I'm going to pastor, so that me more where who is what you as about to salary our plans that you guys know how to go about it. So they are only me one or two contributions to here.
So about project Abechi, Amarikwe is one of its kind. It is here in Nigeria, where you have an Islamic center. So many people got that soil. It is here in Nigeria, and we feel that, irrespective of where the idea is coming from, the most important thing is that the idea is coming from a Muslim group and for the benefit of Islam. So we now feel that there are prominent Muslims in the country and the diaspora that are already doing a whole lot of things, not in a very maybe organized way or for Islamic purpose per se. So they do it for Islamic purpose. What I mean is that to assemble them. We have also identified people like that, some of them, that we want them to be part of this, our idea of building this Islamic center. There are a lot of plans going on in reaching out to them. So in grand finality, but that will cost us a lot of money. That program, organizing that program is a whole lot of money. We are talking of millions. But we need to raise money to be able to fund that program. So in doing that, we will do 2 sub-programs. So for people, and on our list, there are people from diaspora that will also recognize all your efforts. You understand? And we'll be able to raise some money from them. When we are doing our Tobani, we will also be able to raise some money. So when we raise that, then we do for the grand finale. And with the strong belief in the nobility of our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we believe we'll be able to achieve those things, and the dollar our power, and he's doing a whole lot of things for us too in his own. So Bashin will come and
but I'm Ramadan. I'm Gabanshi lecture. There's this advertisement in terms of
that's the same one.
That's
the same one we are talking about. That's the same one we are talking about.
Okay. Can I talk now?
I think he wants to ask one question first.
Okay. No, ask. No, can they answer? Okay, there are some questions that I found online that we answered that too. Wasn't very clear. I will not going to answer their own. So, let them do that because alhamdulillah, we planned this and it's happening. And yeah, but I'm not saying we should go to Katabafe machine. Okay, we can go to Bafe, any machine. So, into the really no one to pay any so we can Tabafe machine, Colon, I tell you that Muhammad Colon Jacomo John Cotton, long face, could you collectively and individually. Kinto best in answer questions. Let me add to get to what in Solek. I watched a video, like 3 or 4 minutes video. 3 or 4 minutes video. One of the most video to inspire me, let me say. One of it. Very recently, we are but I'm going to elucidate on it now. Let me have one question. Question in the video, Ben the speaker. Who is the world's fastest human being? World record holder, 100 meters. Yeah, Usain Bolt, Abi. World record 9.58. Okay. 9.58 ni ó fi break world record. Ó ní pé tá a bá rí nìkan tó bá sá 9.57.9 ó ti break record ẹ̀. Àbí? This same Usain Bolt ó break record rẹ̀ and nobody recognize it because kìíní yẹn ó ṣe òun nìkan kọ́ ló ṣe. Gàdí mo ń lọ ni pé èèyàn lè dá ṣe nǹkan kó ṣe ṣe unless togetherness and kíyàn ṣe nǹkan papọ̀ ó máa ń jẹ́ kí result wà faster ó dẹ̀ mọ ìwé náà ṣe even nǹkan tó máa ń baṣẹ́ jẹ́ òun ni kíyàn claim glory kò sẹ́ni máa claim glory ẹ̀ yàtọ̀ gbogbo dẹ̀ sí total effort everybody máa yọ pín glory ẹ̀ that's why kíyàn ṣe nǹkan ànábì sọ pé sàlá sẹ́lẹ̀ ni pé ká kírun papọ̀ ó ń ládájú kíyàn dá irun kí lọ. Usain Bolt ó sá ní 9.58 world record till today maybe I need in the next 10 years then my break record I don't know but ó sọ pé kò sẹ́ni máa break ìtàyè máa fi parí nǹkan tó ń sọ nìyẹn but let's wait and see but òun gángan òun recognize pé òun break record yẹn Usain Bolt wá sá 4/100 pẹ̀lú àwọn mẹ́ta míì they are all Jamaicans wọ́n wá sá ní 36.84 tẹ́ bá divide 36.84 by 4 kò tó 8 seconds yìí ìwọ̀n bóyá ń gbọ́ mi ó ti break record rẹ̀ òkìní yẹn ò hàn nítorí pé wọ́n jọ ṣe papọ̀ ní 9.21 that is 30 something seconds lesser àbí 0.5 something seconds lesser ló fi òun kò lè dream kó òun fẹ́ break yẹn òkìní yẹn wọ́n ṣe within nítorí pé wọ́n ṣe collectively so that's one of the beauty of doing things together and that's one of the reasons we are here today and the gathering of Alubins, LGB, Afaakallau lovers and other things like that. So those are one of the reasons. Then the second one, to move ship in the Tuesday or Thursday, I asked them that when you are happy, when you are fortunate, when you do so, how do you recognize the person who loves you and the person you love most? The person who love you most and the person you love most. That was we were talking about love. Ọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́ là ń sọ. Wọ́n ní pé báwo lè máa dé tó fẹ́ràn jù àtẹ̀ntí wọn náà fẹ́ràn jù. People give their answers but my submission was that tí nǹkan tó dáa bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yẹn the first person you call àbí tọ́kàn lọ pé kò sọ fún that is the person you love most. Tí nǹkan dáadáa bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yẹn nǹkan tó dùn ẹni tó dùn mẹ́jù máa kọ́ fẹ́ sọ fún unless ẹni ẹ bá láàrùn lọ́kàn ní a fẹ́ sọ fọ́tà ẹ̀ kọ́ fẹ́ ṣakọ and that is madness. I get it. So for you to recognize ẹni tí yẹn fẹ́ràn jù òun ni tí kìíní kan one of the way that's not the only method but one of the nítorí pé mo sọ̀rọ̀ nípa love ló fi jẹ́ kí n fi yẹn ṣe example òun ni pé one of the methods àbí one of the way tí yẹn máa fi mọ̀ pé lágbájá mo fẹ́ràn jù òun ni pé tí kìíní dáadáa bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí yẹn ẹni yẹn ló máa kọ́kọ́ rántí láti sọ fún ẹgẹtẹ kódà tí bóyá ọkọ ẹnìyẹn because of the modern era ó pe ẹnìyẹn ò tí ì ráyè gẹẹtì ẹ tù tí n bá ti sọ fún lágbára mi ní ti sọ fún ẹlòmíì it happens àbí it doesn't happen with something like that but how do you now recognize the person who love you most pé máa recognize ẹni tó fẹ́ràn ẹ jù òun ni pé ń jọ tí ò dábàá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ òun ló kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ sọ fún torí òun nìkan ló rò kó lè help ẹ àbúrò máa keep secret ẹ àbúrò máa bàṣírí ẹ. So those and two yẹn méjì yẹn ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó pé ara ẹnìkan méjì máa wà sometimes the person you love most is also the person who love you most. Ṣé o máa ń possible? Èmi mọ̀ kó possible èmi mo fẹ́ràn àbá mi ló fẹ́ràn mi jù that is certain no qualms you get it so it happens like that so ìyẹn náà wà nù nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ rabi ṣìpọ̀ díẹ̀ tẹ́ a fẹ́ sọ we within here àti àwọn tí ò sí bí àti the larger family of Alubins. Even tó bá yẹ pé it's not going to be the first person kí a tó ka 10 people tá a máa sọ ìdùnnú wa fún ajẹ́ kan member Alubins I'm very sure of that ẹgẹ́tẹ̀ ká tó sọ nǹkan tó dùn wá ká tó sọ mú 10 ẹnìkan wà ní Alubins àmọ́ tí a mọ̀ so it tells us that it looks like a family of love and we have to build on that kini so that's one of the things but iṣẹ́ àmọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan he was talking about pé ká sọ fáwọn ẹlòmíì one of the reasons gangan tí mo sọ pé àwọn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kí ni pé àwọn nìkan tó yẹ pé wọ́n jẹ́ kán wà ní alubis in diaspora tó ń sin bẹ̀ ẹ gẹ̀tẹ̀ maybe by pé their own attitude to life and to Islam abi their attitude to ilé they are not there yet abi maybe because they are not informed ẹ gẹ̀tẹ̀ no fi sin bẹ̀ we still have to carry all these people along. We can make a trial. I will just make a trial by inviting like 3 people. Now, I think we will go one bed, but I don't know WhatsApp maybe because of the I'm fair. We are okay. To the player, I invite one of these. So one of them is online now, and she is even asking questions and contributing. So that means there are still some opportunities that enlarge this family of Alibis in diaspora. So I will give you names, I will contact them myself to make it a bigger house. Because Katabe she auto be. You can't say unless I say on time. That way we have to procrastinate. If you are not going to be procrastinating, then it's not. Can you come out say bata emi ati won lajo ko se gba ranjo yen bata so pe ni project tó ń ṣe tamon show Ramadan ni ẹnìkan ní ní ìdá o dẹ̀ máa ṣe pé ó lè mọ̀ ṣe ojú ẹ̀mí wa mú ní rọ o project of 10 billion ìyẹn lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ lónìí within 1 year tí a complete it depends on number one Ọlọ́run then it depends on our own attitude there is no big deal kíyàn ṣe project 10 billion within a year there is no big deal project deal ẹlòmíràn wá ṣe project 100,000 ó last 30 years kò rí parí so kò sí big deal all these things are attitude àti preparation àti dedication tí yẹn bá fún kìíní yẹn bàtí sàmọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ I will be referring to him more bàtí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n sọ pé we should extend it to be more wider. There is one write-up I did about Club 50 with Caesar. So that Club 50, I'm now talking Muhammadan now. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tọ́mání lágbájá èèyàn ni èèyàn mú kọ́ra mú díẹ̀ ni tó bá sọ pé you are a Muslim. Tí o bá léèyàn mẹ́rin yìí tó lè trust ẹ̀ go and check your Islam. Tí o bá léèyàn mẹ́rin tó lè trust ẹ̀ pé wọn ò rí kíní yẹn o ó kàn sọ fún pé nǹkan báyìí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ gbà kó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ and they are ready to do with you ni o ti jẹyàn ẹni yẹn ọlọ́run máa question it Pedro, are you a Muslim? If you don't have a neighbor that trusts you well neighbor alebide mama pa neighbor 40 house on the right on the left 40 front 40 and back 40 nearly a local government. If you don't have a neighbor that trusts you, organization they belong, can you help me with 5,000 naira per month? That might be achieved. So, but if neighbor to trust anybody, you are still not a good Muslim. You don't have a neighbor gun. If you don't have a family member to trust a bit, you are not yet a good Muslim. If you don't have a colleague to help a bit, you are still not a good Muslim. At work and something like that. If you don't have a member, maybe the mosque you belong to, or organization this could be religion or social, totally help totally trusted to that extent, you are still not. Those are the 4 things. Based on that, I'll be creating your 15 guy. So these are the things I got to look at. Islam started with 5 people. The first Muslims in group there are 5. Muhammad, Muhammad, one, Abi, his wife, his cousin, his friend, and his servant. Those are the first Muslims. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hadijat al-Kubra, Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajhahu, Abu Bakr Siddiq, his friend, and Zayd ibn Harisa. Those are the first 5 Muslims. For days, they are all to send other Muslims. For days, if not months. That we have been working here. Friends of those 4 people, colleague of those 4 people, and family members of those 4 people. Communicate. top 50 mi jáde nìyẹn. So we have to do that. If I'm doing something, tí n bá tí jẹ́ kí ẹnìkan ṣe lára mi ti ṣe kíní yẹn. That might be termed or defined as being selfish or ignorant. Ìyẹn àìmọ̀kan nìyẹn because ìgbà tí ẹ bá ṣe kẹ́ bí Usain Bolt tí mo sọ ń sìn. Ibi tó àìkó yẹn nìkan nìyẹn ṣe eré tó máa sáyẹn. It might be ó lè kó n perform lójú àrẹ kó n applaud there, but it could be better, faster and more beautiful than pé ìyẹn dá ṣe. So that's the second one. The third one, or that estate that we mentioned in Ibadan. Me, I think fast. Can we mean by very very fast? Yàtọ̀ sí the natural nǹkan tó ń ṣe sèkó òkun ni mo mì ní ọ̀sà kọ́ omi wà ní gbogbo ìlú ayé náà omi lọ̀sà but òkun nìkan ni ò sí ní Ìbàdàn as of now. Kíní kan wà láwọn Ìbàdàn yẹn tó pé ará Èkó à ń jìyẹ àbí kíní yẹn ó ń affect wa tó wà ní Ìbàdàn tó sì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹgẹ́tẹ̀. Serenity, peace, ease. You do things easily. I mean, so easy than if you compare it, man. So there's even though we do the collecting a CO4 is faster in Oyo State. I get it. It's faster in Oyo State. Then you do it without qualms. Repete, kò sí wàhálà fitina kan o. No, we are communicate. So, okay, if I'm going to tell you the major obstacle now. Who are looking in? So, let's do that. And if we get that estate, we are going to collect the CFO collectively. I get a lorry or estate in Amafiba. So, madam, if it comes to life, reality, that's what we are going to do. So that you need to have a no, so that leverage to unity. They give CFO to estate than individual plots now. I get it because it's very very faster. Because over time I already the cocoa issue. So we are going to look for a place that is nearer to development. I didn't know if it was developed. But very near to development based on pé àwọn nǹkan tí government ń ṣe ibi tí government máa ń kọ́ schools sí tó ń kọ́ universities sí is nearer to development tó máa ń kọ́ general hospitals sí tó ń kọ́ kí ni ẹgẹ́ tí àwọn nǹkan báyẹn ẹ wò ó sì rail tó ń sọ yẹn rail yẹn àwọn kan ń ra àwọn kan ti ní foresight ibi tí terminal yẹn máa dé mọ́níyà bí ẹgẹ́ tẹ̀ àwọn ilẹ̀ mọ́níyà ti àwọn yẹn ti ń ralẹ̀ lọ ní mọ́níyà gan sí because ó máa boost economy ibẹ̀ ara mọ́níyà ti dolówó. Economy money skyrocket very soon. I get àwọn yẹn ti ń kọ́ hotels síbẹ̀. Because ẹlòmíì over soon over continue journey. Ẹlòmíì I get all those things. Wọ́n ti ń kọ́ mall. People are building malls. They are building supermarkets. Kódà hospitals. I get ẹlòmíì wọ́n yóò ti sick in a plane. A lot gbogbo business ma develop. So irú àwọn àyè tá máa wù náà ní tá máa wá pé okay let's get deploy a land, massive land for that. Because I call it massive because tabawo pé okay I use family tabari plot is over about 200 later àárò tọ́lá nìyẹn àárò ti ọ̀la then àárò ti that èèyàn mẹ́rin tí mo la ní lára yẹn èèyàn mẹ́rin yẹn ó ní àbútọ́rẹ́ mi ń gbé bíjú kọ́líìgì mi ń gbé tó kọ́lé sí èmi náà fẹ́ gbé all those things ní agbọ̀n láti rò. So the only obstacle now, only the finance. If you have somebody to invest, that means that person is investing as a partner with LGB and this. So Tajomara in bulk, ni Ajomama Talo. I think that's going to be the major. Or the Katan soil. This is the first forum Tajamaso. I be advising. I get it. But now they be ni or come up. I get it. This is the first forum Tajamaso. So is a new baby, and it looks so beautiful. So possible that. And the way we go to what you share that with out of the first side they are now move. Especially this rain. Distance you remember because tí bá worry tí máa lọ láti Èkó lọ Ìbàdàn. Ẹlòmíì kò ní Ṣàngó, kò ní tí dé Mushin, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti dẹ́hùn yẹn. So what's the big deal tí mi fẹ́ kan mọ́ resume iṣẹ́ mi láti Ìbàdàn kí n mọ̀ wò ṣe get it. By the time tí really bá tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe fully 9 trips ló máa ṣe 16 trips ló máa ṣe per day. So what are we saying? Not too close. So those are the things Professor Lori. So we are going to look into that, inshallah. And after this gathering, Chairman Wambi, then we talk about it with some other people. How we way forward. It's a very good one. To tell I think we have Albisbeni estate, a full and all those stuff. But now we can think of other. I mean, but not so that you provide by them by J. At least my Lord gives me some time. I can play estate. Then, the project one is a dream. It's a dream, but everything starts with a dream. Everything starts with a dream. It's going to be a service. Compare with any other service in Nigeria. I mean, it's going to be a service. Chairman mention clinically pé on sọ̀rọ̀ kan àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn débẹ̀ wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rẹ́ wọn kan that is friend summer I mean long holiday táwọn máa ṣe labroad gẹ́gẹ́ tí àwa káwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ wálé ó wá ń wá bí pé that holiday tó wá ṣe yẹn school náà ni kí wọ́n lọ that school wà ní jẹ́ conventional school gẹ́gẹ́ tẹ̀. Conventional máa kún wọn ní abroad ọ̀ pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe school but akọ culture akọ ìwà akọ ẹ̀sìn I mean the traditional way the prophet taught it traditionally alabi òmùbáyìí dání kò mú shock dání he taught with his character he talks about life alabi máa ń kọ́ ìwà ayé ní máa ń kọ́ yìí so ẹnìyẹn ń wá irú kìíní yẹn pé okay okay if alumni could get benefit project wa ẹni pé a máa lè market ẹ̀ àtọ́fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ wọn wálé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yẹn ló wà lábúrò ṣé ìwọ̀n gbà wọn pé báwo lọ́mọ ṣe máa ṣe pẹ̀lú bí ṣe ń ṣe pẹ̀lú environment bí tí mo wà á lè kọ́ àwọn ẹ̀ wálé kó dàbọ̀ yẹ pé that's because in a year ni àwọn ọmọ yẹn máa ní proper at a very conducive environment ẹ̀ tó bá wo kí ní yẹn rí pé yẹn wà conducive international standard ni so ẹni ọmọ ni a lè wá bẹ́ẹ̀ for that moment wọ́n á kọ́ wọn láwọn nǹkan oríṣiríṣi and from that place they call it the opening will be the opening inshallah for a lot of other things tí tá à ń rò so kẹ́tíkì ní ẹ fẹ́ kó sínú ó pọ̀ gan is going to have a new hotel halal compliance restaurant hospital pharmacy library recreational talk about anything and there are going to be more there are going to be a mini mart or mall Lamako everything will be there so that if you are there you don't even need to go out fún wọn tó yẹ pé o ní Alaska you can come and do your mini halwa there you don't need to go out so those are the things we are planning and only the clinical start with a day clinical journey so that's and we are there we are now tell I think shebo so that will be 2 years that you are but we are getting serious now because I think àwọn clinical dey pay kan lè jókòó ká ròṣe adín láti outlet fáwọn professionals tó wà ń pa tó mọ̀ nípa kíni tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ pawó owó náà ni wọ́n máa fi pawó so we are that's the stage tí àwa ń sìn bí chairman ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan then àwọn tó béèrè question pé the the latest question ni pé
the answer finance no
mo ti answer on
finance.
and can we invite a Christian friend to partner this project? A Christian friend to partner this project. Yes, it's welcome. Because Anabi Sallallahu it deals with Yahudi and Christians in business. I don't remember our Christians that Yahudi say business. They love to do business with him because he's trustworthy. So, Gati condition to allow people to buy and take Muslim Christian is the business halal? One. Is there going to be an agreement? Those are the two major things. Agreement and halal. Halal compliance and agreement. So that's it. So to be the question, we can do it with a Christian, but based on our halal the project, then the second one, you are going to have an agreement with the person. If you have a Christian, so go left from us. If you business profession, you can go ahead. MashaAllah, then okay. I'll let you join. Aside the feeding forum in LGB, has there been any idea to embark on a project that will generate income to support the forum? Very good one, and it has been one of the things. Say, let's give it time. LGB, apart from feeding, we need minimum of 80,000 to host it every month. 80,000, and we've been doing that for over 2 years now. Our company won't contribute. Our card they pay 5,000 for the black people. Every month we give 5,000 naira. But we are not enough. Even there was a time they pay, we have a member. That member who is a member of business, a member of LGB, who are lovers of Afaakallau, which is Ushmeta, all on himself alone. Who they be program Ushmeta. Program Ushmeta, he paid the money and so I want individually launching. So we are targeting. Kato shele ni pe tele. Kato cash LDB. Chairman so let me elaborate more. We ni pe we want to do it. Si ba se pa won ti on gba fún mi ni. Egete àwọn kan tó pe maybe phobia won. Èmi fẹ́ cancel weekly asalatu. Egete I want to cancel it so that the gathering will just be once in a month. Think about it once in a month, you give it your all. You plan for it very well. Because I'm actually weekly. But why monthly? Look at how dedicated Muslims are. Come on, because just once in a year. You get it? Oh, Maria, no matter if you do that, it's not coming today. Because just once in a year. Likewise, once in a month, people will give it all their all. That's my belief. I don't know. That's my belief. But people are skeptical. So I came in, you are resolute. But I have a LGB. Can't go no. You have to do it. You have to do it, and so far so good. The gathering is, I mean, for the past 3 years, that is the best Abu Musa has ever produced. In fact, for the past 20 years. LGB is the best product that will be produced because you'll be able to reach out and get him at least more. But him and more, you've been lawyers, doctors, civil servants, and high profile. Entertainment industry. This is that entertainment industry. And avenue ni fun albis that jeka yan mo because they have larger followers. They get it. Then, they could be a better Muslim with the gathering. So, when we are preaching, we preach to people who need conference Islam. Normal Islamic program. But Thomas they see it as another thing entirely. It's very calm. We say all those things. Those are the things we've been doing. So, LGB. So, this project, to be sincere, Tabaso and the Babalati, Babalati now. Tabaso, gospel, it can be possible. What see, I think about hard. Someone like he gave his best. Elomi only a very, very conducive environment and a long time. But I can't wait 9 minutes, they will perform best. Gẹ́gẹ́ the fire brigade approach ló mọ̀ pé fire brigade ni ẹlòmíì tó bá tẹ bá fún ní pé wá sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ bá fún ní 3 months tó bá débẹ̀ ó máa fọ́nbù bọ́tẹ́ kan pé lójijì táìmù yẹn ló máa perform dáadáa kò sẹ́ gẹ́tẹ̀ I'm one of such person I can bó bá ṣe súnmọ́ sí I will give my best ní nǹkan bá ṣe súnmọ́ sí so mi ò rí as pé ó le even in fact mo sọ fún chairman even aside from the opening I'm even dreaming something higher now it comes like that ilé ìbá ṣe ìyẹn tún lè ṣí àwa ṣe ìyẹn aláàṣẹ nǹkan mímọ́ ni àjẹsùn wà ní ọ̀rọ̀ bíkà no we have to think higher so something like that then nínú questions tí wọ́n béèrè ẹ bá mi ẹ̀dá kan mọ́ ẹ tẹ́ bá ti wo question yẹn I can't.
Another question
ẹnìkan tún ní can we okay chairman national president náà sọ pé we can invite all our beloved irrespective of their religious affiliation to benefit from Allah abundance reward for contributing to humanity and societal development of supporting okay ẹnìkan béèrè pé like how much is the minimum amount to invest ìmọ̀ bóyá lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́nu yẹn sọ àbí lórí project. lórí LGB
minimum tẹ́yìn lè contribute
láti feed àwọn èèyàn kí ni.
No, I'm going to invest.
ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ yẹn that's a good one too.
Yeah, we have people that contribute 1,000.
No, ká yẹn fẹ́ gbé.
Okay, tí wọ́n bá yẹn fẹ́ gbé. Okay, so we've actually tried to renegotiate pẹ̀lú àwọn food vendors wa. So tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ gbé maybe the feeding for 1 month with 80,000 naira, the person will feed conveniently.
We feed over 200.
Yes. Yeah. And including the high table, our guests. Over 3,000 naira. Yeah.
Over 200 people.
Because this
question
because the question is a bit open. We can address it near both sides. No,
even on
invest as well. Because we need to invest. It might be also investing in the partner with LGB. I don't think that's
maybe the private estate.
I'm a bit worried later. That one is being worried. Now I have a question, sir. Lórí a question àti pé. No, say it.
No, mo kàn fẹ́ sọ pé for that private estate, I think the starting point will first of all be for us to even know how many people are interested, have an issue, before we now go on to say, okay, àjẹfẹ́ lọ bá àwọn tó wà in charge ilẹ̀ yẹn pé kíní kan. So if people have indicated their interest, so if it's 20, we can say, okay, these 20 people, maybe they are the starter and all of that. Because my take on mi ò fẹ́ kí wọ́n ajá kẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ sà. I don't want to mention it now. There are a lot of estate developers tó ń talẹ̀ kiri in the name of one name tí wọ́n ṣe flyer kiri tí wọ́n ṣe kiri yẹn. Ṣé wọ́n máa rí idea because they are marketing too. Once they see that we have like Almobins that is already a formidable organization of that, they can come and key in and one can hijack them along. We will not now achieve our objective. They will dilute the whole thing. So if we have people who are first of all interested, we can call that like our seed capital. So we'll start from there, then we move on and all of that with the agreement with the family of our Tabana. I think we can expand.
Because someone has a question about actually generate income to support LGB that was apart from feeding. So
okay, one other thing that on Sunday, before we started the feeding club, there is this club 5,000 where we have people who are club 5,000. So one form around just interested people pay every month our mother 5,000 naira. You understand? To take care of the logistics, the rentage of the hall and all of that. So we now brought the feeding club. So because feeding is a project everybody wants to key in, because gbogbo alamolada to want to come and feed àwọn èèyàn. So we now saw that the feeding club is almost killing the club 5,000 because people were now running into it. So one interaction, we now collapse the two to say, okay, we have a dedicated account for LGB to take care of that our monthly program. We have a GTB account that people pay into. So we talk about feeding, on logistics and a lot of that. But once in a while, I'm online to first hall here because all time low is 50,000 per month. So I'm logistic.
my transport instruments. Plus minus 8.
We've actually done very well because all Talogba, ni mosque here, all mama found public address system one of the arrangement. But we're not satisfied with the quality of the public address system. So I ignored it. We have our own scanner, projector, any projector titiwa, any bubunko titiwa. You understand? So people contribute any amount. Feeding. Like there was a time Otumba fresh remembrance he pops in, and I think he dropped maybe 60k to support the feeding. We've had instances like that. Alaja Momo, the Amira, she had on her own, in remembrance of her dad, sponsored the feeding fully. We've had instances that our people want to do on in remembrance. Okay, feeding on. So we just tell them, and they send the money. And we have 2 vendors. We're so organized. We have 2 vendors to manage feeding the alternate. Cooking the month feeding. The next month, just to give variety to, I think it's a good one. We also want our diaspora brothers to be fully involved in that.
Okay. So, time so that Khalid, the request from Amir, but I need to make a small clarification. Sorry, for our diaspora members and those who are also online. But Chairman so like one sort of this is the parent body and we have other subsets. Now this is very important for our diaspora and because about their subsets are a lot of subsets under Almudin. I mean, we are talking of LGB now, the subset for improving self-development. As a lot of here, spiritual. Even there are also other subsets for purely humanitarian. Afaakallau should be done in Lotto, which is not yet properly launched to the whole world for now because it's humanitarian Christian. So that shouldn't be something are we confused? No. All is under Alam beings. So there's no confusion. The subsets are basically on their targeted area. As a lot of spirituality.
Everything is Alam beings. I get it. So who can you subsets? Can you weigh Alam beings down? So I very kakashi. So now I can't count machine. At the end of the day, it's all under
about so that it's too confused. Then it will have a bit to decision making is one of the greatest examples. Decision making, one of the greatest examples. When we have things like this, project individuality of one through collective participation. We also have project to partner with LGB. Any exam to be juni pé kíyàn fẹ́ kíni kí n ṣe àbí kíni má ṣe ṣe lè dàbí lè kọ́ òun ló tóbi jù láti ní ìdánwò tẹ́lá lè fèsì láyé kíni kí n ṣe o ṣe kó ilé báyìí lẹ̀ kó ilé báyìí lẹ̀ òun ní kí n lè kí n filẹ̀ ló kí n má filẹ̀ ṣe lè ní kí n mú ni òun ló tóbi jù exam tí ẹ lè ṣe láyé ojú exam tá à ń ṣe lọ ní class ògìní ó fẹ́ kí ẹ fún wa ní ẹ̀sà encouragement word tá a lè mú lọlé tá a máa sọ pé ok tó bá rí báyìí yẹn kí ni kí ó máa jẹ́ encouragement fún ọ pé báyìí ni kí n ṣe kí n fọlọ́run tì. That will be my closing remark.
Okay. Money, I have a few questions, sir.
Right.
Sorry.
No, what kind of matter?
No, because of argument. The first question is in terms of the project, most especially during the time of Ramadan, so I'm advertise.
The opening.
I think I may be wrong, maybe because of lack of communication, that is only during the month of Ramadan, the awareness in my eye. Then after that Ramadan, that project dies. I've been opportune to involve in some projects at our diaspora, at our community. I think it should be a continuous program. If you can have a WhatsApp platform, there's one project, alhamdulillah, one carry on in Ibadan. Our brother we came together and one build our mosque area. But what we did that we did successfully then was that I need to group. Shaman, are you with me? Sorry.
Yeah.
We have 2 groups. The first group now committee. Those committee, there are about 4 or 5. our committee will make decision, and that decision will be agreed before that decision will come to the general group. So we'll create a WhatsApp group, and that WhatsApp group, because most especially our in diaspora, people like accountability and transparency. Because I will give one example. Somebody contributed £20 towards a project. I will say it's the list of all those that contributed. But all that you overshare feasible could be anonymous. But just because that amount was not mentioned on the main group, will flare up. That's why I'm talking about the transparency. So, in contact with project here, I think only Kaluku Tashiwan in the diaspora will also have other group member. Ogason of Kolekon, one sort of way, our man will join Islam. Our men Ibn Islam. So, because of the trust they want to build where we are, Alhamdulillah, which Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí èèyàn náà rí ṣe díẹ̀ níbi tá a wà. Because of the trust you want to build individually, tí a bá gbé project kan báwọn èèyàn, people are subject to ask questions, and you must be able to answer that question, and you must be able to convince them at least to the minimum. And as I've mentioned, transparency is key. Anybody to undo the updates, how much we've earned, and one of the things that I remember we did there, because project here involved about millions of naira, but I was successful in it. They divide it to two different phases. Like one ton something it will cost about 10 billion. If you look at it now, maybe phase 1, let's say it's going to cost like 2 billion. Phase 2, maybe it will going to cost about 600 million. Phase 3, because about 10 billion. That will go on, how are you going to achieve this? To some people, it's not possible. To some people, they believe, we don't. But it is possible, strategically, which is doable. That's why I'm saying I don't know the extent that the committee has gone. So I'm sorry if I'm out.
It's a good question.
Yeah. So that if we have that, because it dies during Ramadan lecture, and the other times I'm doing another Ramadan lecture. And I'm noticing the company advertisement here. There's an address. But now we're talking about Ibadan. We are shifting that project to Ibadan now.
No, there's no address.
No, let him finish. Maybe so that. No, I know what he's talking about. I know what you are talking about.
Yeah,
please
because
continue.
I do see, I may be wrong.
No, please
but
continue.
I do see the address come on there. So maybe in area. So the most important thing is we should create awareness. It should not die there. Because then I also think Omani will be 4 banks. Sky Bank, this bank, this bank. So what if somebody decides to contribute during that month of Ramadan? After Ramadan, there's no communication. Maybe they started the project, maybe the project has stopped, maybe that something has been done, no communication, which is key. And in this modern age, if there's no communication, the project will die. So our key is very important. That's one point. Then the second one, now we are talking about this project. We have a project plan. And project plan can be in another 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I think we should work towards when are we going to kickstart the project. I know money is key and it's important. But if you set a target that we want to do this project, let's give ourselves the first target. At locate it. What's the cost of the land? Okay, in the next 3 months or 4 months, we want to raise so amount of money. Okay, let's work towards that. By working towards that, our project committee don't know. Once an agreement has been reached, that we've agreed, that has been concluded, then we'll throw it to the general public. And we'll tell them, okay, this is what amount. If anybody contributes 5,000, for example, Let's put it there. And that's one thing that our committee are well committed and that is ready to finance. Because of what touching by our target committee, Sherry, that's something I did. There's some people they call strategic decision maker. And one of them what pose decision maker. The strategic decision maker, which are the committee, when we agree, Sherry in command drive and will. For example, see in the power will put one for that 5,000. Before you know, everybody will contribute 5,000 naira. But when our committee will agree, we want to kickstart this project. This is the cost of the project, maybe 250 million. Our target committee, we are ready to contribute 10 million. Once about consider so one person contributed 250,000, another person contributed 500,000, somebody contributed 750,000, another person contributed 1 million. Everybody, the train, tell them that I contribute to that range. But when we start, we say 10,000. Before you know, everybody, see how much you contribute. Let me know my own. What they need you, and so that my facility, the committee party agree, and the committee must also be a contributing member to help any financial muscle, and we should. It's a short suggestion. And to my committee, they should have different experts ideas in terms of professionals. Like Alhamdulillah, as you've rightly mentioned, we have different specialists in their different professions. You know what I mean? An accountant will be there. Some people that will know that financially they are capable. I think it will go a long way. I don't know if I should ask all my questions.
No, please ask all your questions so that I can address.
So, then the question I wanted to ask regarding the real estate is, Morobara Akati mentioned, is there an option for instrumental payments? Like, there is something at least we should kickstart it. That we want to know people who are ready. So based on their readiness, then we can determine when to start. I think if I had it right. So is there going to be room for installment payments or not? If not, how much are we expecting to contribute? Rough estimate. I know because I think purchase it, we cannot give actual figure, but really just an estimate. How much do you think we should be looking at? Then, I made mention of our resource. I think this can also generate money for our members in general. Sherry, abroad. I don't think this has happened. Sherry, in the resource, one of the things we lack, Sherry, in the resource, when they organize a place whereby they know if their children come get fun fair, when it's my gathering culture, whereby they will be speaking Yoruba, whereby when they are giving you some questions, they will sort of incentive when you participate in Yoruba. Like in our area now, for example, our Islamic program, and when you are doing Islamic program, when you do this, they give them prize. They are eager to come. They will take them to a place whereby they will ask them questions. They will do some cultural thing so people will experience along here. Maybe I will contract you don't buy Yoruba. So people have fun. How much they will be willing to come. And before you know, when they go back to school, I'm a I will see what we visited. And other parents, they will contact the other parents before when they are coming back to Nigeria through the website on my book, and it will generate money. Yes, I'm 100% sure about that. Very sure. Is something that I don't think any organization or any society has done it. Nobody. So which is I know it's a long-term project, but we should have a roadmap that will tailor to achieve our aim and objective. Last and the final question is communication. I will also say now, please, don't let this die here. the bulk of the responsibility is on you, the chairman. So communication is very key. So I will rest my question there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. And this shows that you are really following the conversation and you are giving it the real attention as it requires. We appreciate that. So there are some that we need to clarify. There are some that we need to answer. There are some that we need to take as take-home message. There are some that we need to action. So 4 things. So those are the 4 categories of things we have raised. First of all, to clarify this, Afaakallau multi-project wire. Address Taman Fisi Bikini, address office 89 Palm Avenue. We're only telling them that Anubi's office will 89 Palm Avenue, which is where we sit today. That if you want to contact us, okay, she address the multi-purpose all one. That's number 1. Number 2, I need to also make that distinction again between this our multi-purpose hall and the estate project and champion. I need to make that. The multi-purpose hall is still in Lagos. Okay. It's still in Lagos. And that one is our baby project for our days. It's a legacy project that generations to come will inherit on the multi-purpose hall. The private estates here that we are looking at is what we call BIK, benefit in kind for our members, which is benefit for being a member of Almode, benefit for them to own their own private estates in a well-organized environment. Yeah, for like an Islamic estate for them to own. So distinction now. The multi-purpose project, stage many. There is the stage of the immediate. There is the stage of the short term. There is the stage of the medium term, and there is the stage for the long term. Now the immediate. Let's start with the immediate. This multi-purpose project is almost like a lifetime project, meaning that I'm a developer alone like that. Yeah, I mean so, but immediately, what is the challenge we have? The challenge we have immediately now is that Anubis does not have its own worship center for its own program, like you would expect. That's why we will spend almost like 100,000 every month for all and logistics, right? And we are not able to do our own thing the way we want to do it. I'll give you an example. Tabanshi, apart from Ramadan lecture, Tabanshi Lori TV 10. So we do program at Aroye, Tabanshi, Tefsir and all of that. Street stand with Onwa Shoki, right? Tabanshi, some many programs, Tabanshi Onwa Shoki. So we should have a place where we have our own, where we can do stuff. Yeah, that is the immediate. So that one we don't need that 10 million and 10 billion and those plenty billions to do the immediate. So I'm breaking this down. I'm going to solve because if we want to go deep into detail, and I've also said that as people ask questions, we'll be able to react. So that immediate is we'll get our own office, our own property, which may not be more than a plot of land to build. So only because if you go to Adeni Jones, there's a one Islamic organization, a traveling agency, but where they use is Kojugugu, Kogi, CB, Only. So both of them, she's so there. So they do Jumas, and you see contributions that people come there to make even during Jumas. And because it's their own project, I only need them. Because the same place in Tatiloshi, Ramadan lecture in Dar Salam, in GRM. It's a very small place. So we believe that if we have that, right, or Kombalembe, so we can do our program there, even if it's not a very big edifice. But I need to you need to live in Lagos to know the kind of challenge that face. You can have Anglo Ipori, Central Mosque. So our next program is maybe August 8, for example. First. Only a week to be all year available. We meet it twice. During Ramadan and before Ramadan. We have to start to scramble for places. It was this connection we used to use the local government twice, health center and local government. So for how long are we going to be in limbo before we have our own place? So that's the immediate. And that one is not plenty money. Yeah, it's maybe some few millions, several few millions. That's the immediate. Now the short term is now the multi-purpose where we now say, okay, at it get capital. For starting really requiring the acres of Afaakallau. Then perimeter fence, those ones will be for the short term. Then we now start to develop it in phases, the way houses go. So we go with the malls, so those are the medium term. Then the long term we now finish it. So I think I've been able to break them down into those 4 stages. So for us, and which is what we are saying, the long program may be to the grand finale. So we believe in the Tabamashi program may get with the way we are really putting effort into it. If we are not able to even complete that immediate, we should be very close to it. When we do the grand finale, we believe that with our efforts, with our contribution, with our prayers, and all of that, at least we should be able to raise funds for the short term. Then we start to build on the medium term to the long term. So those are the things. In terms of the Ramadan lecture, Ramadan lecture, we see advert now. It's a big challenge, and I'm happy you even said it. One of the things, we came up with the idea of coming out on the TV like 2 years ago. Last year. If I tell you that the one that she needs 2 years ago got for us over 3 million to do it, because 100,000 per show, and if it's 30 days, that's 3 million. Then I want to have actually production. We do the production, pre-production, the editing, so even later she close to 5 million not feeling. You understand? But our immediate agenda plan is, even if it's 30 minutes, Afemashi weekly lecture, even if it's on radio, for him to be talking to us on Friday lectures and all of that, and you see all of those things. But the constant permanent place where you see the advertorial will be on our website, right? And if you see now, we've developed the Afaakallau TV, later we will live
website and our
social media handles, the Afaakallau TV. So you see a lot of those things there. One major challenge we have is also building our media team. We've been having, because you need a team to do that. We're having some hiccups, but they are all teething problems as far as I'm concerned. And because they are teething problems, we are trying to re-energize the media team. So, and a lot of things are coming up. One of the things is our consultancy. They have also promised to work with our media team on retainership. Wherein they will have a dedicated person for our website. So Mama manage the website on a day-to-day basis. So it's not as if they may be 1 month, 1 week, like Malama update. So there will be a day-to-day basis and help us to manage even our social handle. So we see all of that. So those are the next immediate action and take to rebrand and repackage. Now I talked about rebranding. So in any important. Then in terms of accountability, and I'm extremely happy you raised this. I'm a vanguard of accountability by my profession. One of my calling is accounting, right? One of my callings is accounting, and because I belong to that reputable institution, ICANN, where we believe in accounting and transparency, and because again I go to Yoruba proverb again. One day, téèyàn bá yan gúgúrú fún afọ́jú, ó ní bá mi yan gúgúrú yìí. Tó bá ti yan wà máa súfèé, so that máa pò jẹ́ bí gúgúrú yẹn máa súfèé, you understand? So and that's what I keep saying, we need to, because people in diaspora, they are not here. But in law, they say it is not enough to be honest. You have to demonstrate honesty. You understand? So it is not enough for us to say, we are honest, so we are Muslims. We have to demonstrate it. People have to see it. You understand? And the way to see it is that accountability. And what we try to do, even in the Let's Get Better all of that, is to say, okay, later, finally, later, not really. But what I can assure you on this project, every one couple will be accounted for, because we will not want embarrassment for our members in the diaspora. Like, for example, you bring a friend now, and your friend is not even hearing anything again. We will not want that kind of embarrassment. Every couple will be accounted for. I will personally take charge of that accountability to ensure that you get so you have some sitting pro. You know, one of the challenges starting to pay and you know they have, apart from the kini one issue one she know. So man prefer that be challenged, no, be got to manage the share one daily bread one the share kini. But you will see a lot of all of that happen. In terms of this project, every couple will be accounted for.
Yeah,
I'll take charge of that.
Yes.
So I think we've addressed.
Yeah, exactly what really the big ones in terms of sending message online.
No, we'll send that. Which is why I said that
sorry, I think address
to be inclusive, no.
The WhatsApp group.
No, I'm actually remember I said it earlier.
Yeah.
Before this project, I'm creating WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember I said it. In fact, I need group.
Yeah, we were
That July project, because July like one version kini and tell I need group here.
I'm a father.
So we're working it up. Then, like I said earlier, maybe before you leave, people in the diaspora, we need 2 volunteers. They ask volunteers to join. We want one more person. To my be finance committee. If any a lot of things happen, that person can also help us.
Volunteer. We need one more person.
Yeah, okay, he's the one that volunteer. We need one more person.
Because I don't want to committee come. You knew our lovers of Afaakallau. You also
okay, so that we can.
I think we better like to join. If she's here, his sister Toyiba. She's very, very good. So that
the three of you can also help us to disseminate this message. And like I said, I feel like from the people at home, we need your ideas. It's very important. Money is important too, but the idea is also important, because the idea at Abagbile la ma fun. So we need your ideas. I need the idea and go far. In fact, at this stage, far more than the money. Yeah, we need the money. We also need you to help us canvass, as we are canvassing people in country. Help us also reach out to even organizations. There are good Islamic organizations. In fact, one person that we're talking to, it's just because we've not really taken this thing very to the real practical, is Ahmed Musa, the Nigerian footballer. He has shown interest in our project. You understand? And yeah. So also even Islamic organizations are into charity and all of that. You can also help us talk to them. Even all these our videos, charity video, they are on the website. Always please recommend our website.
There's going to be a comprehensive summary of all the things we've been doing. I'm short within just 5 minutes video, so that I can share with you.
So that people we really need, because we are trying to also build the membership the group, to blow it up and all, because we are doing so many things. And the lady is consultant. People are doing this so many things, and I mean, people are not too conspicuous. We need to come out from our cocoon, from our shell, and say this is where we are. And they are largely driven by our sheikh, because of the kind of person he is. He's shielding a lot of things he doesn't want to. But we've also gotten his consent to allow us to run things in our own way, so that we can reach out. You understand? Yeah, we can reach out to people. So those are.
In addition to what I've said, the short time project. I think we should start from that. Like about get to site, market money, which is key. Then with that,
yeah, so we've actually earmarked our area at our fair. You understand? And we've also put in motion our estate agents, the lawyers, because if you are going to tell somebody you must be able to mention at least and all of that. Yeah. So I think a lot of things are going on. Maybe by the time you welcome into the committee, we'll progress with the conversation and inshallah. The sister from Abuja has not said anything.
I'm actually going to, I was asking for time now that I see done eating. So I ask her also to make some brief submission or contribution or comment
Yeah.
to the all what you have been discussing so far. Right.
I'm just really taking it all in. I'm happy to be here again. This is an avenue that I've always been looking for, so I'm happy to be meeting everybody and exposing this kind of project. So I would love to help as much as I can. So I'm just taking it all in, and then if I have questions or
You know the right person to talk to. Unfortunately, you came a bit late. Everybody has reviewed themselves from different areas. We have Belgium, we have UK, we have the US, and then Nigerians, great nationals here. So, but yeah, like you said, you've been invited to other meetings, and you have the right man to ask. But, by the way, Sabadra is Afaakalau's cousin. They are also distribute, real estate. If anybody have question about real estate, you're welcome. You pay for advert. You pay for advert.
What she's into?
Real estate.
Real estate.
You haven't met,
she will be handy.
Yeah, she will be handy in the
We
project.
need you on those.
Can I do a more proper introduction about her?
Okay.
Okay. She's Badra. Stand up, sorry. She's Badra, by name Badra Lawal, the daughter of our dad just got promoted to the Commissioner of Police presently. She's the daughter of the person, inshallah, I want to use for. She's fourth daughter of three. She's the fourth daughter of three, and she's the daughter of the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. And she ran to Abuja, so we're trying to bring her back to Lagos.
Oh, that's great. So will you be the one handling our next LGB program, the security?
Yes, definitely.
With that.
We're happy to have you in our midst, and we also want you to participate more actively.
Even with Miss Flying from Abuja down here.
And our programs are going to be online. You can join the LGB. Yeah, they are online. Thank you.
Let's give us a short
I think the remark has been done already. Alhamdulillah, we are grateful, we are thankful to the Almighty Allah for today and for the event, and we can't even give a thank that is measurable to His blessings and grace upon us. Alhamdulillah. And on that, I will be saying everything that we said here today, the discussion, the deliberation, and even the eating. We should not let it go away outside today. We should continue to ruminate on this, and we should bring ideas. Ideas are welcome, no matter how little. There is no idea that is valueless. Every idea is welcome, and we should link up. We should link and build up to places that we need. We need people. We need ideology. We need organizations. Then we need help. We need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala utmost. May the Almighty Allah help us individually and collectively. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then to all those that are not here present, may the Almighty Allah bless every one of us. Yeah, for those that are viewing us, and just we did not tell them that we are going to be on live. Then we just send message, and they joined us from our national president and all others that joined us, home and abroad. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Salaam ala al-mursalin walhamdulillah. Wa sallu ala al-karim.
This is